Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel, What I Learned Today by Sandra Elia. I am a recovering food addict who lost over 100 pounds 13 years ago, which statistically is nearly impossible to do. And the only reason I've been able to maintain that weight loss is because I treated my relationship with food and my struggles with my weight as an addiction. And I have created a program specifically designed for food addiction. I took what I was certain was the worst curse of my life, being 29 years old, living with morbid obesity. And I wish I could tell you that weight and eating was my only problem, but food addiction touched every part of my life, and everything was spinning out of control. I was in a bad marriage, but hey, my consolation prize was I got to binge. And he had his bad behaviors and I had my bad behaviors, and I thought, wow, what a match made in heaven. And I was taking care of my mother, who herself was a food addict and suffering from bipolar disorder. I was just crazy depressed. Everything, I had a complete mental breakdown. And I took what I thought was a terrible curse and I rebuilt my life from that lowest point imaginable. And I created it and recreated it into the greatest blessing of my life. Because today I take that suffering and I find meaning, and I'm able to create programs that help other people who are suffering with food addiction. I've created an 8-week program. It's an outpatient program where we get together once a week for 2 hours. There's a different topic each week. I have a meal plan specifically designed for food addicts, and it's very powerful on 2 fronts. One, it helps to stabilize hormones, and when you stabilize insulin in particular, you receive something called appetite correction. Oh, appetite correction. Isn't that a beautiful thought? Not to have to fight a ravenous appetite. And the other thing it does is it extinguishes cravings. Because at the end of the day, when you decide not to have foods that act like drugs, once you start eating, you can't stop them. What are you left with? Cravings and urges. Then we talk about the science of food addiction, understanding how these processed foods are chemically engineered and how they react in our brains. And then the real work begins, the work of healing your life and putting it all together. Because if you're anything like me, the day that you start using food is the day that you really stunt your maturity. So that every time life presented an opportunity for me to grow as a person, figure out how to handle conflict, how to apologize, how to clean up a mistake at work, my one tool was to go home and eat or binge. And so while my peers were getting more mature and developing new skills, I just had this one skill of eating. So my program's really a holistic program in helping you build your toolbox, develop some mindfulness and spirituality, because if thinking is your biggest problem, you can't outthink your thinking. I've also worked at Renaissance. So Renaissance has Canada's first 28-day residential treatment program for food addiction, where you move into the house, you get off sugar and flour, and you put your life back together. And I have my private practice, and I have retreats, and I work 7 days a week at my passion, and it doesn't feel like work because it is truly my calling and my mission to revolutionize the way we view our bodies and the way we view food. So if you can relate to this, if you can relate to having a mind chatter all the time about food, when am I going to eat? Where am I going to eat? How much am I going to eat? Will people see me eat? Did I eat enough? Did I eat too little? Maybe I ate too little and I can have some more. Maybe we can have 1 cookie. No, it's 2 cookies. Now I got to eat all the cookies. If you can relate to having so much of your time and energy and mental real estate to food, and you're looking to find some peace with food, some neutrality around food, peace with your body, then you're in the right place. People who have struggled with their weight often go on diet after diet after diet, failing each time, and then all of a sudden you start to feel like a failure, and I'm here to tell you, you are not a failure. If you identify with being a food addict, you were on the wrong treatment plan. Diets in moderation will keep you stuck, will keep you in the addiction loop. And so it's not you who have failed, but the treatment options that have failed you. So what I know for sure, something that I've learned, that if you've struggled with food or with your body image, you generally have 3 things. that are going on. So you just answer yes in your head. 1, you have a history of restricting and dieting. Oh, that was me. Tried every diet under the sun, spent thousands of dollars on false hope. Number 2, you've been exposed to chemically engineered foods, and we all have. To what extent, though? We don't have bakers anymore. We have food engineers, and these foods are made to be highly addictive. There's a reason why you just can't have one chip. It's not your fault. They were engineered that way. Once you start, you're not stopping till the bag is done. And lastly, some faulty thinking patterns around food. You know, the diet will start tomorrow. Do you know what? If the diet's going to start tomorrow, then I better eat everything that I'm never going to eat for the rest of the life, because I'm going to have salad every day till the day I die. So today I'm going to eat everything. And the diet will start tomorrow. And the diet will start tomorrow. And the diet will start tomorrow. And people have been stuck in that loop, not for years, but decades. So what I'm doing is launching this YouTube channel. I'm super excited. It's going to be called What I Learned Today, because as much as I can impart my wisdom, the truth is, working every day with recovering addicts who happen to be the most beautiful souls on earth, I'm learning so much. And I don't want to keep it to the community in my groups and the people that I work one-on-one. I want it to get out to everyone. We should all share this knowledge. And this is your forum. This is your safe place to ask your questions, be supported, to be supported when you do really well and get off of sugar and flour products, and to be supported when you fall down and stumble, because we're all human and humans can't eat perfectly. But we can put up that brick wall between yourself and your drug, and let this community support you and love you through each and every stage. So I am going to talk today, I want to impart you with a little gift, and that's craving management. So once you've made that decision that you have foods that act like drugs, once you start, you cannot stop, what are you left with? Cravings and urges. And sometimes people aren't even aware that they're experiencing cravings. So you might start on a diet on that magical Monday morning, right? Every Monday morning, I was going to get up, eat right, exercise, lose a pound a day. I mean, it wasn't even physiologically possible. So I always say that poor Monday morning never had a chance. But like millions of people get up on Monday morning and start a diet. And you're like, well, this diet's easy. Why didn't I start this sooner? And then day 2, you're like, oh, this is a little hard. Let me tap into some willpower to get through today. And willpower is an inexhaustible resource, just like adrenaline. You can't live on it. And then day 3, the cravings and urges become so intense. Too painful. And you give in, and there goes the diet. And please never diet again, please. So what's happening is you're just experiencing cravings and urges, and I'm going to teach you how to be confident and calm in the face of a craving and an urge. So this is my little technique. I call it CBT Meets Buddha. So the first thing you need to know about a craving is it's always a lie. Always. No matter what. And that lie sounds like, oh, just have a bite. You'll be fine. Have one cookie. This time you can eat like everyone else does and have a cookie and be satisfied. It's your birthday. Have a piece of cake. It'll end there. All of those are lies. You have shown yourself over and over and over that once you start, you take that first bite, it turns and rolls into something that you cannot control. It's very similar. Food addiction is kind of similar to being anaphylactic to peanuts. So as long as you don't put a peanut in your mouth, you're fine. But as soon as you put that peanut in your mouth, a reaction happens in your brain and body that you cannot will away, you cannot meditate away. It's just a train that's left the station. And so that's why it's important to recognize that a craving is a lie, always a lie. Number 2, look for the brain glitch. What's happening? Is it just a habit? Is it 3 o'clock? 3 o'clock every day, I have something sweet. So your brain's like, whether you're full, not full, stressed, not stressed, let's go get our sweet because it's 3 o'clock. Or is it that, it's Thursday night and it's 9 o'clock and I'm lonely? And my brain knows that loneliness equals ice cream equals feel better momentarily. So what's the brain glitch that's going on? And lastly, what I've learned from Dr. Vera Tarman, who's one of my mentors and works at Renascent with me, the author of Food Junkies, The Truth About Food Addiction, is that craving management is really anxiety management. Whether you feel it or not, trying to fight off a craving induces so much anxiety. So the best thing that you can do in that moment is take the biggest, deepest belly breaths that you can muster, because the more oxygen that you have in your body and the more oxygen you supply to your brain, the better your decision making. So those are the 3 steps next time you face a craving. Number 1, call it for what it is, just like the schoolyard bully. It's a lie. It's a lie every time. The diet's going to start tomorrow is the biggest lie we all tell ourselves. Today is tomorrow. You can be stuck in that lie not for years, but decades. 2, look for the brain glitch. Start to separate yourself from it so that you know that voice isn't you. We all have a little addictive voice in our brains, right? Some people call it the good angel, the bad angel. This addictive voice is always trying to get me to eat. So what is the brain glitch that's happening? And thirdly, those 3 deep cleansing breaths to give you a few more moments to make a different decision. So that's it for today. But tune back. I am going to have what I learned today fairly regular. I can't promise every day. I am a single mom, but I do want to share what I learned every day. So here's your call to action. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and head on over to my website at sandraelia.com. So that's sandraelia.com. Sign up for my newsletter so we keep in touch and we're in each other's worlds. And as an incentive, I am having a full 1-day workshop on May 12th with Dr. Vera Tarman on the biology of food addiction and practical steps to overcoming it. And I'll be giving away 2 free tickets. No, 4 free tickets, I've decided. 2 for 2 of my YouTube subscribers who subscribe from now till May 1st. And for 2 of my newsletter subscribers. So please sign up, let's stay in touch, and remember that love heals all things, and I'm sending you love. Bye for now.